What's good, yo? It's a sad day in history today, man. One of the mini bikes have a cold today. You know, they have a small cough, but you know, I have the medicine to cure it. But yeah, there's two things that we're gonna be changing out on this mini bike. If you come closer, we're gonna change out this air filter because, as you can see, the air filter have a small dent in it, like a small, you know, when it's supposed to be perfect like this, circular, and you know, small stuff like that bother me about my, you know, about the things that I, you know, that I have and stuff like that. Yeah, and another thing I'm gonna change is the clutch. Got a new clutch because with the old clutch, what it is doing is that when you start the mini bike up, when you start it up, it start up and everything perfectly, but while it's idling, you know, at a standstill, it'll pretty much make this loud screeching noise, like a loud screeching noise. And what it'll do is that it would engage and start to roll forward, and then it'll stall out. When you know a clutch it's supposed to just stay in one spot and just idle until you hit the gas. That's when it's supposed to move. But yeah, man, we're gonna be changing out those two things. But yeah, other than that, we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all, before I get started changing out those two pieces, I'm just gonna show y'all, demonstrate what the bike is actually doing before I get started so y'all can have a clue. That is not supposed to happen, you know. Like I said, like as of now, you know, it's pretty much I say it's 30% limit right now, but we're gonna squeeze the limit juice out of it, you know. That's why we're gonna swap out these parts. But yeah, man, that's what the bike is doing right now. So yeah, we're gonna get started. Then we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all. So the first thing I'm gonna do, the first step is we just gonna take this air filter off with a screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver. We just gonna pull the air filter off, the old air filter. Just gonna pull that off. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lay the mini bike on the right side so we can, you know, get access to that clutch on the left side. And no, leaning the mini bike on the right side is not gonna damage nothing. But yeah, other than that, we're gonna start taking the cover off, the mini bike cover. So we're gonna lean it to the right, just lay it down. Nice and neat. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use an 8mm socket to take off these 4 screws on the clutch cover up in here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm gonna grab that 8mm and we're gonna get back to it. All right, y'all. So I have my 8mm, my nice 8mm, what I love using, you know, my main tool. And then have a nice extension socket so we can get deep down in there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the 8mm and we're just gonna loosen, take all those screws out, all those 4 screws. One more screw to go. All right, y'all, and when you take all those screws off, that cover should just come off nice and easy. And as you can see, this is the clutch right here. And this is a 10mm bolt that we're gonna remove. And we're gonna remove this also. So we're gonna take this pin out of here, which is connected to the, you know, this converter sprocket. So what you want to do is pretty much bend, get some pliers and bend this Carter pin out. So I'm gonna grab some pliers, grab my magic pliers. Okay, so I got some nice pliers right here. What you're gonna do is just bend it, nice and neat, so it can fit through that hole down there. You know, them Carter pins being there real good. So you definitely want to bend it pretty good. You might have to grip it. Yeah, see, it's not bent good yet. There we go. So you bend it, and then it should pop out nice and easy. So after you got that cotter pin out, what you want to do, I'm gonna grab my 10 millimeter socket, and that should be a 22. And a 10. Let me check. 22. Yeah, perfect. And I'm gonna use my magic electric gun to take this bolt out. Oh, gotta hold the wheel. Okay. As y'all can see, this bolt came loose. Now I'm gonna grab the 10 and we're gonna knock this screw loose. Nice and smooth. And make sure y'all don't lose that, you know, this spacer, this Loctite washer that's behind the screw. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna lift and pull. We're just gonna pull. Be on it real good. So I gotta kind of wiggle it. And as you can see, came off. Nice and smooth. And this is the old clutch. Yeah, this clutch definitely have some wear and tear. Yeah, this clutch definitely have wear and tear, y'all. Y'all can just hear it. You just hear it. See how loose that is? And that's what's causing that grinding noise. Yeah, this clutch is worn out. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, I'm just gonna grab the new clutch real quick. Just gonna grab the new clutch. And this is the new clutch. This is the old one. Yeah, you can just feel the play in the old clutch, like right here. You can just feel the play in the old clutch. You just feel it. Hear it? No, y'all hear that? Yeah, that's not good. This is the better clutch. So what we're gonna do, since this have a converter on it, converter chain, we just gonna loop it around. And by the way, this is both of these are the front sprockets have 10 teeth on them. Yeah, they have 10 teeth. So I know y'all gonna be asking me what size sprocket's on it. So it's a 10 tooth front sprocket. So we're just gonna loop the new one around like that. And what you wanna do is it have a cotter pin in the middle, right there, of the clutch. And we're gonna have to line this pin up with this groove right here on the motor. With this nice groove right here. Make sure they can see it. That nice groove. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna line this one up first, the front. Make sure that groove go inside of the slope. Okay. Then what we're gonna do, this one have a groove also, a pin right here. Have a pin right here, and it have a slope on the sprocket, which is right here. So we're gonna line this slope up with that pin and make sure you don't, you have your chain adjustment under the chain. So you got to lift the front up a little bit, the front sprocket, the front clutch I meant, and go around, spin around until it's lined up. Then once it's lined up, it will pretty much drop. But you want to definitely make sure it's lined up good. Okay, so I gotta go around. There we go. Now as y'all can see how I just dropped in there? Everything nice and dropped. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, y'all, I'm gonna put the screws back in, the bolts, going back on. And like I said, make sure y'all have this Loctite washer behind this screw before y'all put it back on. And what we're gonna do is just screw that back on, nice and easy. Okay. So with the bigger nut, I'm gonna pretty much use the drill, then torque it down. But this one, we're gonna definitely hand tighten it because that drill would definitely strip it. Yeah, that drill definitely would strip it. So with the cotter pin, we're just gonna slide the cotter pin back in, y'all, nice and easy. And we're gonna bend it over the screw, like that. So this one is good. Now we're gonna torque this one down, okay? So you gotta grab your 10 again. Like I said, we're gonna use the socket. Okay, so now what I like doing is grabbing a nice, just like a spoon, like a tire spoon. And what I'm gonna do is you come back up in here, well, it's kind of like deep up in there, you might not be able to see it, but I pretty much want to line the flywheel up. It's a groove inside the flywheel that you can actually line up. It's kind of up in there. Might not be able to see it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that big screwdriver, the big flathead, the strong one. Let me get that bitch. All right, y'all. So matter of fact, I'm gonna be using this. Use this nice big steel flathead. Okay, so like I said, what we're gonna do is get up inside this groove. It's gonna be a groove on the flywheel that's gonna catch like that. And what you wanna do is just make sure it's nice and tight. Torque it down nice and good. Not too tight, don't strip it, but just make sure it's nice and snug. One more, and that's it. Okay, now that's good. All right, so we got that done, y'all. So the next thing we're gonna do is put the clutch cover back on. You're just gonna place that back on over it. Everything is nice and tight. You have the, the adjuster, chain adjuster under the chain, not on top of the chain, under. So everything is nice and tight. The chain is nice and have good play. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna place this over. I got that. Just place it over like this. And what you wanna do is grab the 8mm, and you pretty much wanna just go one by one, snugging it. Don't tighten it. Don't tighten it like tight one by one. You gotta snug them. Cause I know some people are tighten one screw, tight as hard as it could, and go to the next one. You just want to snug. You want to snug it until all the screws are snug, and go back around it the second time. Yeah, that one pretty tough. I'm gonna come back to that one. All right, that one. That one. Okay, we gotta get this one in there. This one kind of fighting with me down here. There we go, got it in there. All right, y'all, so we have all the screws nice and snug. So like I said, we're gonna go back around it one more time. This is the final tighten up. Was one. I'm gonna go diagonal. 2, 3, and 4. All right, y'all. So we definitely got the new we got the old clutch off and the new clutch on. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna lean it back up. I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick, and we're gonna put that brand new filter on, so I won't dirty the filter up. Then we're gonna get back with y'all. All right, y'all, I got my hands all nice and clean so we won't dirty this very beautiful air filter. But yeah, man, so only thing we're gonna do with this is pretty much just, it's gonna be a plug and play, y'all. Very simple. So pretty much, let me drop the screwdriver for 1 second. So you're just gonna push it on. Push it on like that. Just gonna take your Phillips screwdriver and just tighten it up. Tighten it, make sure it's nice and snug. Like I said, it don't have to be too tight, just nice and snug. All right, y'all, so that's pretty good right there. So as you can see, it definitely looks much better than having a dented air filter on there, you know. This is what you call limit activity. But yeah, that's another subject. But yeah, y'all, now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna start it real quick and we're gonna see if this problem still exists or was it solved. Start it over again. I'm telling you, all this limit stuff is wearing off on me. It's definitely not doing it no more. I left it on for about, what, like 2-3 minutes, almost 5 minutes. But yeah, y'all, it's not doing it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, man, it's to the point where I enjoy this more like than a 450 a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I get a thrill out of this. I know a lot of y'all be asking me, will I sell my mini bike? No, it's not for sale. If you want one, all you gotta do is go on Walmart.com and look up, what this is, a Realtree mini bike. But it's a 212 Realtree mini bike. You know, but they got different sizes. This is like more of like the medium size one. So if y'all want to buy, if y'all want to buy one, and shout out to Go Power Sports also, man. If y'all want a nice, an engine like a Hellcat for a mini bike, man, y'all go on GoPowersport.com, man. Y'all go check the motors out. But yeah, man, this one is not for sale personally, none of them. But yeah, man. Well, that's it, y'all. But I guess we solved the problem with the new clutch and the new air filter. But other than that, we're gonna go from there.